The Runaway Rice Cake by Yin Chang Compostine, pictures by Tongwei Chow. The Runaway Rice Cake. It all happened one Chinese New Year's Eve. The Chang family was preparing for the celebration. Mama Chang lit the incense as Papa Chang and their three sons, Ming, Kong, and Da, gathered around. Mama handed the incense to Ming, the eldest boy, and he offered it to the picture of the kitchen god. Da, the youngest, smeared honey on the kitchen god's lips so he would say good things about the Changs to the Emperor of Heaven. Ask him for a big feast, Da. I'm so hungry, said Kong, the middle boy. No, said Da, you shouldn't ask for things from the Emperor of Heaven. He decides who will be rewarded. Kong shrugged and then helped Papa light the picture so it would fly up to heaven. Next, it was time to make the Nangao, the New Year's rice cake. Mama opened the flour jar. We only have enough rice flour to make one Nangao this year, she said sadly. Last fall's drought had made food scarce for the Changs and their neighbors. Well, I'm sure it will be your sweetest one yet, said Da. I can't wait. The whole family pitched in to cook the rice cake. While it steamed, they took turns peeking to see if it was done. The smell makes me so hungry, said Kong. I wish we could have a big feast before we eat the Nangao. Me too, agreed Ming. Ayo, exclaimed Papa. We're all hungry, but this Nangao is all we have. Let's enjoy it, said Mama. Perhaps it will bring us better luck for the new year. Finally, Mama took the rice cake out of the steamer. Can we cut it up now? Ming asked hungrily. Yes, said Mama, but as she reached for a knife, something incredible happened. The rice cake came alive. It cried, Ayo, I don't think so, and popped out of the pan. It rolled past the stunned Chang family, out of the kitchen, and out of their tiny home. The Changs ran outside, shouting, Stop, you Nango! It rolled past the chicks in the courtyard. They tried to peck at it, but the runaway rice cake was too fast. It cried, Ayo, away chicks go! It skidded by a pig. He tried to bite it, but the runaway rice cake was too fast. He cried, Ayo, pig's too slow. It spun through the village market. A woman tried to grab it, but the runaway rice cake was too fast. It cried, Ayo, away go! It tumbled over the village docks. A fisherman tried to trip it, but the runaway rice cake was too fast. It cried, Ayo, water down below. The Changs chased the Nyango through the village, shouting all the way. It jumped past some lion dancers. They tried to step on it, but the rice cake was too fast. It cried, Ayo, watch your toes. Ming tried to get the Nangao. Kong tried to pin it with his chopsticks, but the runaway rice cake was too fast. It spun up a steep side street, crying, Ayo, up I go. Then, whoa, the Nangao collided with an old woman. Mama Chang quickly scooped up the rice cake into her dish. Da held it down with his little hands. The Nangao cried, Ayo, let me go. Da said, Chase you so to let you go? No, no, no. You all right, grandmother? Asked Mama Chang. Ayo, I think so, said the old woman. What happened? Something bumped into me. It was our Nyango, said Dao. He jumped out of the pan and rolled out of our house. Ayo, is that so? Said the old woman. Grandmother, asked Mama Chang, is there anything we can do for you? You are very kind. I'm not hurt. It's just that I haven't had much to eat for a couple of days. Then you should have some of our Nyangao, Da offered. But there's hardly enough for us, protested Kong. Ming scowled at Da and poked him with an elbow. Mama looked at Papa and he nodded. Let us do as Da says. We shall share the Nyangao. On hearing this, the rice cake stopped trying to escape and it said softly, Grandmother needs me so. To her I will go. And then it slowly closed its eyes. The old woman trembled as Mama Chang put the dish in her lap, and Da carefully let go of the rice cake. The woman took a tiny nibble. Oh, this is wonderful. I haven't had Nyango this good since my childhood. She took a slightly bigger bite. It's so soft and sweet. And then another even bigger bite. The raisins are so plump. A huge mouthful. The nuts are so crunchy. And another. Thank you for sharing it with me. And before long, The old woman had gobbled up the whole cake. After the old woman finished, she stood up and handed the empty dish to Mama Chang. Realizing what she had done, she turned bright red and bowed her head. "I'm so sorry. I ate all of your nan-gao. It was so delicious and I couldn't help myself. Thank you all." Ming groaned. Kong moaned. "You are very welcome," Papa Chang said as she disappeared into the night. "I hope she feels better now," said Da. "She may feel better, but what about me?" said Kong. "Now we have nothing to eat," cried Ming. "Let's go home," said Mama. "I'll cook some rice." But she knew perfectly well that the rice jar was nearly empty. "I'm cold and hungry," said Ming. Mama took off her jacket and put it on Ming. "I'm tired and hungry," said Kong. Papa carried Kong on his back. When they were close to home, Da said, I smell something delicious." The woman from the vegetable market was waiting outside their house. "I heard what happened with your nan-gao. With the bad crops last year, we don't have much either, but here are some baked buns." "Thank you." The Changs bowed to her. Other people began to arrive. "We all heard about what happened. Here are a few dumplings." "I brought a fish to share," said the fisherman. "And I brought some oranges," said another neighbor. Come in," invited Papa, and everyone filed into the Chang house and placed bowls and baskets on the table. Papa bowed to his neighbors. "Your generosity has touched our hearts. Please join us for the New Year's celebration." No, no," said the fisherman. "We brought this food for your family. Please enjoy it." Papa and Mama gestured to the boys. "You children should eat first," said Mama. Ming looked at his tired, starving brothers and then at the small bowls on the table. "Oh, I'm not really that hungry. Kong and Da can have my share." Kong looked at the skinny little Da and the generous neighbors. "I'm not that hungry either. Da can have my share." "Thank you, brother," said Da, "but I'm sure there's enough for—" When he lifted the cover off the bowl, something incredible happened. The bowl grew larger and filled itself with dumplings. Before everyone's eyes, more bowls and baskets appeared on the table, all overflowing with food. The three boys began to snatch up lids. "Oh," yelled Ming, "nan-gao!" "Oh," cried Kong, "nan-gao and noodles!" "Oh," exclaimed Da, "nan-gao and noodles and fish and chicken and vegetables and rice!" Mama said, "I've never seen so much food. Please, please, everyone eat." With whoops of joy, everyone dashed to the table. They ate and ate and ate until they thought they were going to explode like firecrackers. Then they ate a little bit more. When Dao was too full to take another bite, he turned to his mother. "Do you think the old woman could have been sent by—" And suddenly they heard a bang. Then a whole series of bangs. "It's coming from the courtyard," cried Papa. And everyone ran to the door. Outside, lion dancers leapt all about. Firecrackers cracked and banged, and cymbals crashed, and drums boomed. Never had the Changs had such a racket, and never had they been seen such a spectacle. The lion dancers brought a bundle to each of the three Chang boys, and on top of each bundle was a red bag embossed with a gold dragon. Untied, each bundle was a new red silk outfit. It was the happiest New Year's Eve the Changs had ever celebrated. Celebrating Chinese New Year. A lunar calendar determines when the Chinese New Year will fall, much like Easter in the West. It usually comes late in January or early in February on the day of the new moon. 1 week before the New Year begins, the family gathers for a ceremony to honor the kitchen god. They smear sweet honey on the lips of the kitchen god's picture so it will say only good things about the family. Then they burn the picture so the kitchen god can begin its journey to the emperor in heaven. The smoke goes up into the air. Once there, it reports to the emperor on the family's thoughts and deeds. The kitchen god is welcomed back with a feast and fireworks on New Year's Eve. The Chinese believe these acts bring good luck for the coming year. Chinese New Year's Eve is the most important holiday for a Chinese family. Traditionally, all the members of a family gather together for a New Year's Eve feast. It's important to serve certain dishes. Noodles are served because they stand for a long life. A chicken is served whole. It stands for family unity and togetherness. A whole fish is served because you, the Chinese word for fish, sounds like the Chinese word for more than enough. Dumplings, rice, and vegetables are served as well. But the last and most important dish is a New Year's Eve cake, or nian-gao. Eating Yangao during the New Year's celebration brings safety, fortune to the entire family for the year. After the feast, the younger children bow down to their elders to show their respect. In return, they receive small red bags, or hong bao, that contain good luck money. Wealthy families set off firecrackers and hire lion dancers to perform in front of their houses. These are people dressed in lion costumes. The dance and firecrackers scare away evil spirits and bring good fortune to the family. For New Year's Day, it's important for the children to wear new clothes to show that they are making a fresh start. It also confuses evil spirits that may be watching. The spirits won't recognize the children in their new clothes. Why not celebrate a new year with Nangao? And then there's a recipe here for how to make Nangao if you'd like to.